about extemporaneous speaking. But it was true, he really did. He told us everything we needed to know. So this is Scott Turner Schofield. Welcome.
Thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate that you all found time in your schedules. At least it wasn't yesterday when the debates were on. I'm going to be reading to you tonight from my first book, Two Truths and a Lie. It's the only book that's not lying. So far. And I will warn you ahead of time that there is audience participation, so just steel yourselves for it, but I promise you won't feel bad here. It's going to be totally cool, okay? I'm going to start at the end. It's a good place to be. But to start at the end, I have to start at the beginning. All right.
When I bought this suit, I asked the tailor, I said, listen, man, don't worry about affecting me, but do I look like a guy to you? He looked me up and down, laughed a little, and said, honey, out of those tips. I still take you out. No offense taken. It's a damn fine suit, what do you say? I wore it one night with a woman in red, and I was satisfied, except... And this is the problem of the feminist consciousness. I woke up the next morning, my arm bridging the gap between the curve of her hip and the swell of her breasts. Thinking. I thought, the whole world still knows just how much of a woman I am, even if I'm not wearing 3 pieces of clothing to match my sex. I had dreamed of Paula Martin and George Langdon, 2 dykes in prison after the death of Paula's young daughter. It took the jury 7 years to decide that death had been an accident. I wondered if Paula and George had been softer after all that time. See, there's a sharpness to a lesbian right here, right around the eyes that says, fuck you, Mom. I'm not going into the box you made for me, and if I must, my eyes will speak for me. Across the checkout line on the porch of the house with 4 kids. I can't stand that sharpness out that cuts me. Paula and Georgia had it, but nobody sees it in me without denying it. No! I have short-haired self-confidence. I just haven't done the right guy. I am a woman. Confused. Riding a night train through the Bronx, I love kiosks for clothes. So I thought, on that dark morning, my body pressed up against hers, that we're in a different class, me and Paula and Georgia. If it's not about money, then it's about passion. Y'all be the jury, huh? On my day in court, would you put this woman away? Girlish hips and hips that still look good in a man's suit. Would you put this dyke away? What about this one? I never thought I would say I am beautiful. No, I am hard edges and tattoos. I have fast cars and guitars. I am hard for her when it excites us. And so soft to her touch. Paula girl. I would write it on my body, on some hard wall of my body in sticky black letters for you. If it would make any difference,
Testosterone in October 2005. The documentary Transgeneration and the movie Transamerica simmered mainstream interest in transgender issues, already heated by the antics of Ricky Wilkins et al. And Hilary Swank's Oscar nod for Boys Don't Cry. My booking line started ringing more often. My voice dropped an octave in 6 weeks. In late November, I performed in a large state college in the Northeast. The show was packed. From floor to standing, the room filled with the perfect audience I always seek. Visible queers alongside sorority girls, jocks, worried administrators, and eager professors. For the first time since my voice dropped, I asked the crowd, would you believe I was almost homecoming queen in high school? A loud laugh shot out from a man in the third row, which he attempted to cover with a cough. Crickets from the rest. Eyes squinted. My audience checked me out from ass to chest to throat to crotch as I told them the story. About 2/3 through, as I undressed to reveal my bound breasts, a huge jock stalked across the performance space to the exit. He called me a faggot, loudly, as he left. I happened to be singing along to the song Boys Don't Cry at that moment, and I could not rank these moments better. I've considered planting someone to reenact that unplanned moment. I mean, can you imagine how many allies were born in that moment? Except that my writer brain says that it's way too unbelievable, way too mired in stereotypes to actually sound true. During the post-show question and answer session, someone finally asked the lingering question that I could feel but couldn't quite find. So you were born what? A girl or a boy? I can't tell. I suddenly realized then that for some in this audience, I had skipped woman entirely. Even though I performed this piece with exactly the same words and exactly the same costumes as I did before undergoing medical transition, they heard transgender, saw a body that looked and sounded like a man's, and through the same story that I'd been telling for 5 years at that point, I passed into trans woman, M to F, not F to M. I never realized that my personal gender journey would leave me unable to tell my own transgender story. Did I just gender fuck myself out of my own fucking gender? At the time of this printing, the first line of my bio describes me as a man who was a woman, a lesbian turned straight guy who was mostly perceived as being a teenager. Is it possible to just be trans in the moment without explanation? Or is storytelling to yourself and others the condition of being and staying transgender? To some people I know, revealing my truths through my story makes me less of a real man. To others, gay, lesbian, bi, queer, as well as straight, I will never be a real man, no matter how skilled my portrayal. But that opinion makes me forever just an actor in my own life. Sometimes I fantasize about leaving this career, about assuming a new name, living my straight boy identity in Hollywood. I could be the next whoever your favorite male movie star is, right? Okay, so in my fantasy, the night before I were to be featured as People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, I would come out. I would probably never work again. They're big on believability in Hollywood, but wouldn't that make a great story? You'd come see that transgender solo theater piece, wouldn't you?